Well, hello and welcome to the tour of ACBS 160, Human and Animal Interrelationships. I'm Professor Netzine Steckless, and I co-teach this course with my wonderful colleague and husband, Dieter Steckless. And we're going to call this a tour de course, so to speak, just to give you an idea of what this structure of this course is about. And I see it looks like we're joined by a student there. Who's here?
Hi, I'm Winston Wildcat, and I just arrived here on this beautiful campus of the University of Arizona to get ready for my classes. But it looks like I'm going to have to be taking most of them anyway online. And to be honest, I've already picked this one. I just enrolled, but I haven't ever taken a course online before. So what do I do now?
Well, welcome to University of Arizona, Mr. Winston Wildcat. Well, first, let me explain a little bit. The name, the words that you're using, you're taking an online class. We're teaching this class in two modalities. We're teaching it live online. That's one of the modalities where you actually meet in person via Zoom at either, at a certain time of the day. And then we're also teaching it just regular online. And that means that it's an asynchronous course where you do the material, one module at a time, just like we do, but you don't need to meet live with us, okay? There's pros and cons to each one. The live online means that you will meet with us, the professors, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We'll make sure that you stay on track. We make sure that you're up to date on what's coming up next. You do some of your course activities while we meet, so you accomplish some of those course activities during that time. And it's just a way to feel comfortable that you're not going to be left behind. On the other hand, if you're used to working on online classes, I don't know, Winston, if you've never taken online classes, it might be good for you to stick with the live online. Then we can interact frequently. You can ask us questions all the time. But some students have taken a lot of online classes or feel very comfortable with taking an online class. And so they can kind of, manage themselves and just work at their own pace. They have to keep up, module by module, but they don't need to meet with us live. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that you understood that. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely, thank you.
Okay, great. Well, first of all, I want to get you signed in to see where this all this course material takes place. Where does it live? And it lives in what's called our course management on University of Arizona, which is called Desire to Learn, or D2L. We use D2L frequently. You will become very familiar with D2L. So what I want to do now is share my screen to show you what's the very first thing you have to do when you start this course, okay? All right, do you see my screen now?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, great. So all I did here is, I'll start it again. I'm signing on to d2l.arizona.edu. You see that?
Yep.
And when I sign on, you'll see all the courses that you're enrolled in. I'm currently using a student account called Student Steckless. And these are all the courses that this student is enrolled in. And you want to look for this course. This is the course that we're teaching, that you're taking right now, the ACBS 160. Of course, we teach other courses if you're interested. These are some of the other courses we teach. But this is the course that you want to enter. Make sure, see at the top, make sure that you're clicked on the correct term, all right? So here we're clicked on the correct term of this course, and now I'm going to click on the course website. So here's the course website. It tells you at the top what course you're in. It automatically takes you to the course home page. And on the home page, you see that there are announcements on the left-hand side. This is a really important part of the course website. This is our primary way of talking to you. When we have any updates or tell you about what's happening this week, we will put it as a course announcement. And we really want you to subscribe to the announcement notifications, which will tell you either by text or by email that we have posted a new announcement. Okay, I'll show you how to do that in a little while, but I just wanted to introduce you first to our course homepage. We have the announcements on the left, and we have a calendar on the right. It's a handy thing to look at this calendar. It tells you what are upcoming events, like upcoming due dates and so forth. You'll see that an upcoming event is our live online session on Monday. Both we have a 9 a.m. and a 10 a.m., so it depends on, what you're enrolled in for this particular session. But you can see, you scroll down, it'll show you everything that's coming up, including, that when a quiz closes and things like that. Okay, very handy, the home page.
Wow. All right, I'm there. But where do I get more detail about the course content? And frankly, what do I have to do to get an A in the course? Of course.
Well, I'm glad you're motivated to get an A, but we designed this course so that you'll learn the most and have fun. So the first thing you want to do is kind of pay attention to this first announcement. It says to go to the start here. I mean, really, we put a big button here. This is where you need to start. It says to get there, you go to the contents of the course, and then you scroll down to a section called Start Here. So let's do that. You see at the top, this is the main navigation of the course. Contents, let's go there. There we go. And you'll see on the left is kind of a list. It's your menu of different pieces of this course. Of course, this is where we want to begin this Start Here section. So we want to go there, and in front of you, you see a bunch of steps to take to get started. This is kind of just taking care of business before the course begins, all right? So it's going to be things like, reading the syllabus, or making sure that you've got your textbook and it's ordered. Here's a link to the instructions about the textbook, things about where's the schedule. All these kinds of things are on this Start Here page. So, little things to take care of. You'll also notice that number 5, remember I was talking about announcement notifications? That's one of the things we want you to take care of right here, which is that you can set up your notifications in your D2L profile so that you can be notified by text or by email of anything that's coming up in all of your courses. I really recommend this. It keeps you on track. Something is always reminding you that a deadline is coming up and you don't miss it, okay?
That's pretty cool. But I have to admit, I'm going to be a pretty busy guy. I'm going to have lots of classes. So I might forget what's due and when. Can you help me with that?
Well, yeah, we put a lot of tools into this course so that to help keep you, organized. And the first one I want to point to is at the very top, we have a schedule. So if you click on that schedule, I'm going to click on it there. It nicely takes you through each module and the dates with that module. So this is module 1, and these are the 3 dates that we're meeting with module 1, right? And you can see that it just scrolls all the way down to the end of the course. What's also kind of nifty, let me scroll a little slower there, is that at the end of each module, you see a due date where that's when everything is due for that module, all right? Let me see if I can squeeze this in. Oops. You'll also see that, we scroll up here, everything is color-coded. It's pretty little colors that are associated with different activities. So here it says the pre-course assessment quiz, and you see it's the same color over here. It tells you that one of those is going to happen during this module. things like that have to do with, these are the lectures, then you have textbook activities, these are in orange, and of course they're also in orange on the right hand side as well. And it shows you that you have a variety of these textbook activities. So this is a great kind of a one-stop shop of knowing what's happening when. Okay, for module 1 on these dates, this is what has to happen, and all of this stuff is due by this date. All right, does that make sense so far?
Nice, but all those requirements to get an A, of course, uh, they look kind of scary. Can you ease my troubled mind by telling me more about them?
Yeah, really. I mean, we have a variety of activities, as you'll see. In fact, we can look at those. I'll go through them really fast, just so that you feel comfortable. Don't worry. Uh, let's click on this item number 2. This is a really important item. It's the syllabus. Okay, so I'm going to click on the syllabus. There, it brings it up. And in the syllabus, it's going to describe the course and it's going to describe the overview. I'm going to skip down because you will read all that on your own a little bit later, what you're going to learn. It's going to talk about the textbook, how to access the course, which I'm showing you right here on D2L, how to communicate with us, the announcements that I just described. This is what I want to get to, the course requirements. So I'll tell you, you can read more about it, but I'm just going to give you, as I said, a quick tour of what are the kinds of things that you're going to do in this course. First of all, we have very mini quizzes at the beginning and at the end of the course. It's a quiz that really is to get to know what your interests are, and also the pre-course quiz will ask you some questions about this syllabus. So you really take a look at this syllabus before you take the pre-course assessment quiz, okay? A small little thing. The next thing is that we have on-track questions in our lectures. And we mean on track because these questions are intended to keep you on track, to keep your attention going while you watch a lecture. Make sure that you're understanding what's going on. Maybe they're fun sometimes, but it's a way to keep you engaged while you're watching our lectures. We also have discussions, and these discussions are things that you will be entering in the textbook. They're discussion posts, so you will see your classmates' discussions. And if you're in the live online class, we actually hold these discussions live, and we accomplish these discussion activities while you're in class. You take care of it then. We love the discussions. We have some really great fun conversations with students during the discussions. And then we have the textbook readings. The textbook, we have 1 chapter for each module. It's not very long at all. We wrote the textbook so that it's very much integrated into this course. And at the end of each chapter, there's an end of chapter review activity where it helps you review, the main points of the textbook. You can take that activity as many times as you want, and it does count towards your grade, so long as it's done by the end of the module. And so that textbook is going to be an integral part of the course. And then finally, we have quizzes and exams. The quizzes are at the end of every module, and it's meant to help you remember what happened during that module. What did we learn about it? We learned about cats. Well, then when were they domesticated? Why were they domesticated? Are they really domesticated? These are questions that come up in the quizzes, and you can take the quiz twice. So you take it the first time, and then you look at what did I get wrong? I guess I need to go back and review that, and then you could take it a second time, and your highest score will be the one that's recorded. And those quiz questions you are already practicing for your midterm and your final exam, because we use a lot of those same quiz questions in the midterm and the final. So, and you're already studying for your final and your midterm exams. And then finally, this is a general education course, and as all your general education courses require, are a major writing project. And we also have a writing project. It's a term paper, but don't be afraid of this project. We have a teaching team of teaching assistants that will be assigned to you, and you will have a teaching assistant that will help you through this process. And there's steps to this term paper. We will give you very clear instructions on how to develop an outline, and then how to write the first draft, and then you get feedback and then write a second draft. So it's a process. We understand you might not have ever done this before. So it's a process where we will take you through step by step, and you will investigate a topic about animals. We have a bunch of topics to choose from, but it will be a paper where you explore different positions, kind of a pro-con paper on a topic about animals. So then I just wanted to show you that that's really the gist of the course in terms of what activities you'll do. And you'll see just below that, this is how it counts towards your grade. A total of 1,000 points. Woo. And here are the pre and post quizzes and the on-track questions that appear during the lectures and so forth. And so you can see how that all breaks down. Of course, a big part of your grade right here, 30% of your grade is that term paper, but it's in segments. And so that's a big part of your course grade, but we will help you through that. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Okay. Let's see. What else did I want to show you? The other thing that, to make sure that you stay on track, that you don't feel overwhelmed, we've built in a couple of things to just show you what's coming up due and so forth like that. I think, we already showed you this, which is the schedule. Remember, you can always find that at the top navigation under schedule. But I'm going to show you another really neat tool that we've included to help you keep track of everything. If you go to, I'm going to go to the content section of our course. You see content right here. I'm going to click on that. We went there before. And remember, we already clicked on start here with those various items that we were talking about. Now, what I want to point to is we've already put up the first unit of this course. In the first unit about how we see the animal world, we have module 1. Okay, that's the first module. At the beginning of each module, we have a list of things that will be required for that module. I love lists. I have lists everywhere. Look, I have a list here. Here's a list. Here's a list. Here's my other list. This is for another course. There's a list. I've got lists everywhere. And so people tend to make fun of me because of that. And so they say, I always have a STEC list. A STEC list. I was born to have lists. Yes. Okay. So at the beginning of each module, you will see a STEC list for module 1. If you click on this, I love this. It actually gives you a list of all the things that you have to do. And as you do them, you check them off. They will all start unchecked, obviously. But as soon as you do them, you check them off. Look at the first thing on the list. Begin the course by doing the start here. We already went over that, so you start that. And then it says you have to watch these videos. So you watch module 1 overview, and then you watch lecture 1, and then you watch lecture 2. And as you do them, you see I click on it and it saves it for you. I don't ever see this. This is your list. You use it as you like. You keep track of all the things you do. There's all the watching, and then it tells you what you also have to read. Read textbook chapter 1. The human view of the animal world. Okay, good. I'm done with that. Cool. I'm moving right along. And then we have discussions. We're going to go into these discussions in the live online class, or you do them in the textbook on your own. And there it is, post to the curiosity discussion or the pro-con discussion and so forth. And then the next thing is we're asking you to review before you take the quiz. So review the lectures. Look at the lecture slides for lectures 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, just to review. and then do the end of chapter review in the textbook. Remember, we talked about that. Every chapter at the very end has an end of chapter review activity. It's a matching activity. So be sure and do that, and then you're ready to take the quiz. See, you're studying for that quiz. And then once you take the quiz, then the end is there any work to do on the term paper? Well, not yet. It's not time to work on the term paper, but I'm keeping you on track. We're going to make sure that nothing gets lost in terms of activities. And what about exams? Well, there's nothing to do for exams right now either. There's your list. Isn't that neat? I love this feature. Love it. Okay.
Okay. I have to tell you, this looks totally doable. Count me in. I'm excited to get started with this class. But since we're not meeting in a classroom, actually, where do I go in cyberspace when classes start?
Well, that's a good point. Where do what are we going to do starting Monday? If you're in the live online class, you do meet with us every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you're just on the regular online class, you don't meet with us and you just take care of going to module 1 and beginning. Go to that STEC list and just go down the list, okay? But if you're meeting live online, how are you going to do that? Well, if you go to, again, in the start here, let's go back to contents up here. And remember, I said to always begin with start here. Well, one of the things in the start here is to check out the Zoom link that we will be using. This Zoom link will be the same for the entire class, okay? So there's instructions. I'll click on those instructions if you like. And it tells you, here's the link. That's one place you can find the link. Here's another cool place to find it. Remember on the course homepage, I said that all the upcoming events are here. Well, live class is an upcoming event. You can click on it and it actually gives you the Zoom link and you can click on the Zoom link right there. That's another handy way, okay? So that should tell you right away on Monday, I need to go, if you're enrolled in the 9 a.m. class, click on this link at 9 o'clock. And if you're enrolled in the 10 a.m. class, then click on this link at 10 o'clock. That make sense?
Wow, I feel so organized already. Thank you. This is great. But I have to tell you, I'm a busy guy, remember? And
yes, I got it. You're a busy guy.
Case that I could really get lost as we go along, get lost about what to do, where to find things. Where do I go to get help?
Well, that's a good question. It's not uncommon to just, when you get into the website and you're like, oh, wait, I'm kind of lost. I don't know what to do next. You'll get better at it as the course goes on and you'll see the regular rhythm that we will do every module, but you're still going to have challenges. It might be personal challenges. It might be that I just don't know where to take the quiz. Whatever it is, I'm going to show you where to get help. Always click on the content. You will find lots of information here. And guess what? We have a help section. I'm going to click on that help section. In that help section, it begins with, I have a question about this course. Who can I contact? Or if you're overwhelmed or confused, who can I contact? But do you need Wi-Fi help? Who can I contact? But generally, if it's just little questions about the course, I'm going to click on this and it says, I have a question about this course. Who could I contact? And here you go. Either look in the help section because we have a lot of frequently asked questions in there. Definitely contact our teaching team. This is the email that you would use to contact our teaching team. Our super teaching assistant will get back to you right away. And then, of course, if you need to contact us, here's a phone number even that you can call us if you need to. Our best way to contact us is to use this email right here. But if it's an urgent need, you're welcome to call this phone number and you will reach us. Okay, so we will always find an answer to any question you have. So what do you think?
This has been absolutely fantastic. I will see you in class.
All right, looking forward to it. See you later.